Greek mythology is full of epic tales of heroism, adventure, and tragedy. But what if there was more to these stories than just good versus evil? What if the gods of ancient Greece had a much darker, more sinister influence on the world? Join us as we uncover the truth behind the myths and explore how the gods may have manipulated history for their own amusement. From Zeus's secret love child with a Trojan princess to Hades' unexpected alliance with the Titans, get ready to learn about the Olympian deities in a whole new light. We will show you how Zeus used his power to control entire nations, how Hades made a deal with the devil himself, and how Poseidon's wrath could destroy entire cities. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed by the shocking revelations about the Olympians that you needed. And do unforget to hit that like button if you want to see more videos like this one. Now, let's dive into the world of the Greek gods and uncover their darkest secrets together. 1. The birth of Athena. In Greek mythology, Athena was the goddess of wisdom, courage, inspiration, law, and justice, strategic warfare, mathematics, strength, strategy, the arts, crafts, and skill, intelligence, and the patron of heroes. She was born from Zeus's head, fully grown and armored. However, there is a dark secret behind her birth that has been hidden from us for centuries. According to some sources, Athena was not actually born from Zeus's head, but instead was brought into existence by him and Metis, the Titaness of wisdom. This union resulted in the birth of Athena, who was then placed inside Zeus's head so that she could grow in secret. When Zeus realized that he had a daughter, he became afraid because the prophecy foretold that his children would be overthrown by their mothers, just as the Titans had overthrown the previous generation of gods. To prevent this from happening, Zeus swallowed Metis whole, trapping her inside his stomach. As a result, Athena grew up inside his head until he unleashed her into the world by smashing his skull open with a mighty blow. The blood from his head then fell to the ground and created the first human beings. This dark origin story of Athena shows a much more brutal side to the gods and gives us insight into the lengths they would go to in order to protect their power. 2. The tale of Hercules. Hercules, the son of Zeus and a mortal woman, was destined for greatness. He was prophesied to become king of the gods, but only if he completed 12 seemingly impossible tasks known as the labors of Hercules. However, there is a darker side to this famous myth. You see, Hera, the wife of Zeus and goddess of marriage and women, was furious at Zeus for fathering a child with a mortal. She made Hercules' life miserable and eventually drove him to kill his wife and children in a fit of madness. After regaining his sanity, Hercules was devastated by what he had done and sought punishment. He went to the oracle of Delphi to find out what he should do next, and the oracle told him to complete the 12 labors to atone for his sins. Some say that the oracle was actually Hera in disguise, manipulating Hercules into doing her bidding. She wanted him to suffer for his father's sins and to punish him for being a reminder of Zeus's infidelities. 3. The Trojan War. The Trojan War is one of the most famous stories in Greek mythology. It tells the tale of the conflict between the Achaeans and the Trojans, which was sparked by the abduction of Helen, the wife of Menelaus, by the Trojan prince, Paris. The war lasted for 10 years and resulted in the deaths of many heroes, including Achilles, Hector, and Patroclus. However, there is a darker secret behind the Trojan War that has been hidden from us for centuries. According to some sources, the war was actually orchestrated by the gods as a way to entertain themselves. They manipulated the humans involved, using them as pawns in their own personal game. For example, Zeus decided to make Paris the winner of a contest between the goddesses Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite, who were all vying for his attention. Paris chose Aphrodite, who promised to give him the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen. This decision alone set off a chain of events that led to the war. The gods also influenced the outcome of the war itself. Apollo guided the arrows of Paris, making sure that they found their mark, and Athena helped the Greeks develop siege weapons to attack the city. Ultimately, the gods were responsible for the deaths of thousands of Trojans and Greeks alike. They didn't care about the suffering they caused or the lives they destroyed. All that mattered was that they were entertained. It tells the story of the first woman, Pandora, who was created by the gods to be a vessel for their evil plans. She was given a box by her father, the Titan Atlas, which contained all the evils of the world. Pandora was told not to open the box under any circumstances, but her curiosity got the better of her, and she opened it, releasing all the evils of the world into humanity. These evils included disease, death, poverty, and war. Only hope remained in the box when Pandora shut it. This myth explains why humans have to endure pain and suffering. It was all because of Pandora's curiosity and the gods' desire to punish them. However, there is a darker secret behind the story that has been hidden from us for centuries. You see, the gods created Pandora as a way to spy on humans. They wanted to know what humans were doing and to see if they were living up to their expectations. Pandora was equipped with a magical necklace that allowed her to spy on the humans and report back to the gods. This is why Pandora was able to convince Epimetheus, the brother of Prometheus, to take the box into their home. The gods knew that Pandora's beauty would be enough to entice Epimetheus, and that he would agree to take the box. Epimetheus was mesmerized by Pandora, and he agreed to take the box without thinking twice. Once the box was in their home, Pandora was able to use her necklace to spy on Epimetheus and other humans. She saw everything they did and reported it back to the gods. This is why the gods were so angry when Pandora opened the box. They had been watching humans through Pandora, and they were happy with what they saw. Humans were innocent and pure, and the gods didn't want to punish them. But Pandora's curiosity got the better of her, and she released all the evils of the world. The gods were furious, and they decided to punish both Pandora and humanity. Pandora lost her immortality and had to live out her days as a mortal. Humans were cursed to live lives filled with pain and suffering, and the gods were left disappointed that their plan to spy on humans had failed. 5. Hades and Persephone. Hades and Persephone is a well-known myth in Greek mythology. It tells the story of Hades, the god of the underworld, and Persephone, the daughter of Demeter, the goddess of agriculture. Hades falls in love with Persephone and abducts her to be his wife. This myth explains why the seasons change. When Hades takes Persephone to the underworld, the earth is plunged into winter. When Persephone returns to the surface, the earth is warmed by the sun and begins to bloom. However, there is a darker secret behind the myth that has been hidden from us for centuries. You see, Hades did not actually kidnap Persephone. She was his fiancée, and the two of them had been arranged to marry since they were children. Hades' father, Cronus, the leader of the Titans, had made the arrangement to solidify an alliance between the gods of the underworld and the Olympians. However, when it came time for Persephone to marry Hades, she refused. She did not want to live in the underworld and be separated from her mother. So Persephone ran away and hid from Hades. He searched for her everywhere, but he could not find her. Finally, he went to her mother, Demeter, and asked her where Persephone was hiding. Demeter lied and told Hades that she did not know where her daughter was, hoping that he would give up and let her go. But Hades was determined to find Persephone, and he went to the oracle of Delphi to ask for help. The oracle told Hades that Persephone was on a nearby mountain, and he immediately set out to find her. When Hades finally caught up with Persephone, she was sitting on a nearby stone. He offered her a chance to escape, but she refused. She would rather die than marry him. Enraged, Hades grabbed Persephone and carried her down into the underworld. Persephone screamed for her mother, and Demeter heard her cries. She was furious at Hades and vowed to punish him. Demeter turned the earth into a frozen wasteland, and no crops would grow. Humans would starve. Demeter continued to punish Hades for what he had done to Persephone. And the longer Persephone stayed in the underworld, the more powerful Hades became. He was now the ruler of the dead, and he had Persephone to thank for it. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the darker side of Greek mythology. We hope you enjoyed learning about the hidden secrets of the Olympians and the lengths they would go to in order to protect their power. Don't forget to hit that like button if you want to see more videos like this one. And we'll see you next time.